what's in the bag. Quite often I'm asked what kind of sticks and brushes that I might be using or carrying with me, and I just want to take this chance to share some of the things that I use. The tippers that I most use are these three, which happen to be my signature model tippers made by Stevie Moises, and we have the original Monster, which is made from bamboo. We have the Jazz Monster, which has walnut dowels, and then we have the Brush Monster, which is just a lovely soft brush. I love the three of these, I really do. They're what I use all the time. This one here, you can see, has very soft bristles. I'll hold that up there, hopefully you can see that. I have to say, this is probably my favourite brush to play with when I'm just practicing at home. Apart from the fact that it's really soft and quiet, I just love the amount of different sounds that we can get from the bodhrán by using something like this. I suppose they're designed around the same grip as I have on my other two tippers in the series, which have an oval thumb grip here at the top. It just means it fits under my thumb a little bit easier than some of the other sticks or tippers that I use. But this one, I like to hear how it sounds on its own. So this is the Brush Monster. So as you can hear, we can just use the brush part itself, which is going to be really soft and very soft dynamic, but we can actually dig in so that just this tip part here of the wood is making contact with the skin as well, and it gets a harder sound. And if we kind of blend between them, you can start to bring out the stronger notes within your rhythm and have the brush just really kind of playing ghost notes underneath. Also, we can start to then use the top end for that kind of harder rhythm as well. The next thing I'm going to show you is just a nylon brush. You can pick these up anywhere. There would be a jazz drummer's standard kind of toolkit. So these ones are nylon rather than steel brushes, because I don't want to damage the skin on my bodhrán. But what I sometimes do with this is bring it over the top and just use some pressure to press the brush against the skin, and then I can use the Brush Monster to kind of have a bit of a blend between both. So I'll let you hear what that sounds like. So what we can do is put these both together and have something like this. So just to let you hear the difference there between the nylon, it's a bit harder sounding, and then we'll get the soft brush from the hair. You can practice using both hands then, similar to playing snare drums. So I have paradiddles. You would have right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Sometimes what I'll do is actually fill in the gaps in my right hand to keep that going, but still just play the left hand pattern with my left hand. So, and if I keep this pressed down, I can start to bring in a little buzz, kind of like almost like a snare effect. And again, if I'm using both sides, so there we have it, nylon brush and our brush monster. You can adjust the length of these ones. I have another one here, blue bristles on this one, and I could open this straight up and have something like this. I can close it in a little bit and it'll be a bit darker sounding. And then close it all the way in. And that gives it a real strong bass presence. So if I was playing bass lines, I might use something like this. "95% of the time I would say I use this. This is the original Monster, and this is made from bamboo, and it was based on a tipper that I found a long time ago now, that was starting to get quite chopped up really badly and was damaging the skin. So Stevie worked on developing this with me and making sure that the length, the weight, everything was right. It was getting the same sound, which was really important. And also we've got the oval shaped grip up top, which makes it just a bit more comfortable for my for the grip that I have. So I'll let you hear a little bit of this on its own. Okay, so you can tell it's quite a bright sound. We can of course use the little rubber O-ring to adjust that if we want to make it a bit darker sounding, but I tend to have it pretty wide open for that brightness to cut through. Okay, so that is the Monster. Next up we have the Jazz Monster, and this one is it's just a little bit softer, more mellow sounding than this one, and we've got a softer wood. This is walnut. As I said, it gives a much more warmer sound compared to the bamboo. It's very very playable. It won't change too much in terms of the weight, so for the feel of it, it's going to feel quite similar. And anyway, this is what it sounds like. So this is the kind of thing I might use for accompanying songs, because it's a bit softer. It can sit back a little bit in the mix, but still sound quite warm, and quite a full sound actually, just not as much attack as how I would describe it. So that is the Jazz Monster. I'll give you another blast of that. Other tipper that I use not as often these days. When I was younger, I certainly used a lot more of it for playing top end style, and it's just basically a solid wooden tipper. This one I've actually had for probably close to 20 years. It's very suited to double-ended playing for a much more harder sound like this. Or if I was playing a more traditional style, I would switch to this when I'm using lots of double-ended rhythms. So that is what is in the bag. The other things are just out of shot here. some paintbrushes, which sounds like this. Another one in the bag here, which I use sometimes, is one of Cormac's, the CB3. Again, it's walnut, and it has quite a lovely feel on it. Slightly different grip on it. This is more like a shinty or a hurley grip up top, but it is adjustable, and it's a lovely sound. Rolls on it are really easy, because it falls under the fingers really well. So for doing those kind of fast, so there you have it. That's the Cormac Burn signature one. So cheers, Cormac. I'll get that money off you later.